All right, as I teased earlier, I want to talk some about your Detroit Lions. And this is also going to be kind of a grab bag of all my Monday night football takes. Meaning the main one is I don't know if Chris Collinsworth loves saying the National Football League or Patrick Mahomes more. Like the funniest thing was after Mahomes threw that pick six, that admittedly, like, yes, Kadarius Toney had an egregious drop on that, but Collinsworth made sure to say, like, just a perfect pass from Mahomes and Tony. Oh, what a like he was. I'm like, this dude was about ready to just say like Kadarius Toney can be shot to the sun for all I care about for messing up this like perfect Mahomes throw on like a 7-yard pass. Like, come on, Chris, keep it together, man. um,
The booth was killing me, really. Even at the end of the game, Mike Tirico said, "Yeah, great win for the Lions. Definitely got to put an asterisk near this one with all the injuries for the Chiefs." Literally said, "Got to put an asterisk near our win."
I'm
Like,
not
come on.
upset at that comment at all, by the way. I think you do have to put an asterisk by it.
no, come on. There's no asterisks in the NFL, man.
I
Every
mean,
team deals with
it's
injuries.
a passing comment. We're not like actually updating the score sheet in ESPN.com where it's now like there like if Travis Kelce's on this field, we lose by 10.
No, no,
Yes,
no,
100%.
no.
The straight up, the only reason we're even in position to have a chance in this game is because Kadarius Toney was an informal agent, whatever informant. Like he was horrible.
Yeah, you know why? You know why? Because he had a safety who came on in a blue ski mask and he heard cleat steps.
I don't think Travis Kelce's hearing cleat steps. We'll see. I don't know. Look, I'm happy, man. I'm gassing this up. I'm here. I'm not here to squash Victory Monday or Victory Friday. Sorry, but it just like I wasn't mad about the comment. I don't get why anybody's mad about the Trico comment.
Makes me upset.
Okay. All right. What else, Riley? What's on your
Yeah,
grab bag list?
yeah, my second point on my list was Jameer Gibbs versus David Montgomery. Another topic in some of our group chats. I just wanted to get where y'all are at. Like, what's a vibe check on Gibbs versus Montgomery? Because I thought those couple snaps that Gibbs got, he looked awesome. Like, he was one of my favorite players to watch in all of college football last year. I was so excited when the Lions drafted him because I thought this dude's going to be a fantasy stud and just like a walking highlight reel. But David Montgomery, I know he got destroyed on that pass protection play when Nick Bolton ran him over, but he still had some good moments yesterday. Like that touchdown run was pretty nice, little vicious, angry run. But yeah, where are y'all at on this?
Greg, you want me to go first?
You get to pick who goes first.
Okay, I got there's a thing here. The With the Lions, one of the biggest pet peeves for me is that I don't think we necessarily do a good job of getting the ball in like our playmakers' hands on offense. Like for all that happened with DeAndre Swift last year and his injuries and things like that, I just always found myself like, can we get the ball in this guy's hands more? And I just don't know if we did that. And I get like the narrative, like, yes, rookies, you don't want to overwork them. Okay, but like we picked this guy number 12. Let's get the ball in his hands. He's dynamic when he had the ball in his hands, whether it's receiving or rushing the ball. I mean, he did have that one where he tripped himself with that Arrowhead garbage peasant turf. But, besides that, he was, I thought, really good when he had the ball in his hands. So I understand, Montgomery probably is a running back that just embodies, I don't know, grit or Detroit Lions or Dan Campbell, because obviously we saw what Jamal Williams did last year. But Jameer Gibbs needs more touches expeditiously.
Yeah, in general I agree. I have a lot of thoughts on it. First of all, I think Montgomery's good. So I'm not like upset, oh, like why are they giving the ball to this bum instead of Gibbs? Like I think Montgomery's good. I think in general with running backs in the NFL, outside of the top 6 guys, I think 7 through 30 are all pretty interchangeable. Like they're just NFL backs that are what they are. They're not going to mess up plays and they're going to run through and break a tackle and get 4 yards. David Montgomery's that. He's a good goal line back. I don't think he was bad yesterday. Jameer Gibbs is exciting because he could be one of those 6 that is like total game changer guy. But my issue back with the pick, honestly, I still have a little bit of an issue with the pick. And if you did pick him 12th, how are you only playing him 19 snaps? My issue is like, even if Gibbs is electric, he's probably gone in like 4 years. Like DeAndre Swift had great moments in Detroit. And now he's an afterthought even on Philly. Like I know they signed him, but like it's like the shelf life is so small. how are we not going to use the shelf life? Like, I don't care. We don't need to bring Jahmyr Gibbs along slow. He's not going to be here in 7 years. Running backs aren't there for more than 5 years. So we better milk him for all he's got. Pause, but please. But I don't know. Like, it's hard for me because I thought Gibbs was great. He also tripped himself on what should have been a walk-in touchdown. So, like, are we really going to come out here and be like, oh, Gibbs needed to be the face of everything when he tripped himself? He had one walk-in touchdown. He fell. Like, I was okay with Montgomery getting the ball a lot more after that, but I don't know. Ben Johnson did weird stuff in general to me this game, though, Cart.
Yeah, Ben Johnson was looking a little Iowa offensive coordinator-ish on third downs. It was weird.
I don't need screens to our 7th options on third down ever. Like, throw a screen to the best 2 players if we're throwing a screen.
Yeah. I did want to add that I think the best thing that David Montgomery could do or could have done for his career was to switch to number 5, because there was multiple times yesterday in that game where I'm like, oh, wait, who's this exciting young dude wearing number 5? Oh, wait, that's still David Montgomery. But, like, you just look so much faster when you're wearing 5 instead of 33. I don't get why, like, every NFL running back isn't trying to wear a number from 0, because you can wear 0 now, to like 10.
Respect. I agree.
Fun fact. David Montgomery is the same age as DeAndre Williams from Memphis. Just wanted to throw that out. That's a
How old is
26? He's 26.
Wow.
Why did I think Montgomery was? See, that's the thing. That's the running back shelf life.
That's what I'm saying.
It was like 32.
Running backs get 3 years into their career, and it's he's past his prime. He's old. He's washed.
Yep.
Like that's going to be Gibbs literally in 4 seasons, no matter how good he is. So can we get him more than 19 snaps, please?
Right. All right. The last thing from my Monday Night Football grab bag. I need an NFL team to cheer for this year. Carter teased this on yesterday's episode when he was saying, like, oh, I can't wait to be 1-0 on Riley Friday when Riley's quarterback is Baker Mayfield. Yes, my quarterback is Baker Mayfield right now. I'm not happy about it. This is legitimately the first time in my life that I want the Bucs to lose every game. I want Caleb Williams or I want Drake May, and I want a new coach. I need someone other than Todd Bowles. And let's go ahead and kill 2 birds with 1 stone and just lose every game. So I'm tempted to, like, join the Lions bandwagon this year. I feel like, as someone who was a long-suffering Bucs fan, aside from, like, the 3 Tom Brady years and, like, the 2 years when Redacted was our coach when we got our first Super Bowl, it's been a pretty miserable existence. There's 18 years in between the Bucs' first Super Bowl and the second Super Bowl, and I think they had losing seasons probably, like, they didn't make the playoffs. Or they might have made the playoffs once in that stretch. So I feel like I can relate to the Lions fan base of just watching a poor product year in, year out. And on top of it, I love the Honolulu blue, like, elite color. In Amon-Ra's rookie year, he won me my fantasy league, so I'm loyal to him for that. So I am asking permission. Can I join the Lions bandwagon? Would you give me any cautions about the dangers of joining said bandwagon? What are your thoughts?
So this is an official proposal that you've just submitted to the council of, can you join the bandwagon?
Yeah, just for this year. Because once my Bucs get Caleb Williams or Drake May, I'm cheering for them to win every game again.
So you're looking for a 1-year contract.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have a verdict, I think, unless Cart's going to talk me into the other direction here. I have a verdict.
Unfortunately, we can't have you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We cannot.
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate on why? I have a reason why, but.
Oh, well, there's a couple things. First of all, well thought out proposal. Some things that rubbed me the wrong way. You came to a Lions fan speaking about how there was a gap between your Super Bowl wins.
Mm-hmm.
My brother in Christ. There's been a gap between everything in us. Like, there's a Super Bowl win. We're trying to make the playoffs. We're like, you don't know pain. The fact that you tried to stake your claim to pain when you have a Super Bowl and you had a run with Tom Brady.
2 Super Bowls. 2 Super Bowls.
Oh, 2 Super Bowls.
This man said there's a gap between my Super Bowls and wants to join.
But it was
bandwagon?
18 years.
And you want to join for a year and then go back to the Buck? No.
My brother in Christ, there's no gap here. There's a pit. Okay. There is a pit.
There's a valley.
Okay, but, like, those years when Calvin Johnson was putting up 2,000 receiving yards, those were pretty fun. Like that was more fun than I had as a Bucks fan during that same stretch. Like I was watching Mike Glennon and his neck as our quarterback for a good 2 years in there. Like Josh McCown signed a huge contract to play for the Bucks for a season. Like that was our big offseason acquisition in like 2014 was Josh McCown.
Okay. Well, I don't want to leave you out to dry, but unfortunately we cannot have you on the Lions. Maybe some suggestions. Can you be a Saints fan? Great jerseys, great colors. Olave's fun. Kamara, like.
But that's a division rival. I can't stand the Saints.
Yeah, I don't know if that was on purpose or a troll, but that was pretty funny that you went straight to the rival.
That was not on purpose at all. But, no, unfortunately, we cannot have you, Riley. But I appreciate your sentiment and thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate the interest, but the ruling is the ruling. It is what it is. Riley, any comments on our pending fantasy football matchup this week? I know you have a lot of feelings towards my organization, which is the defending champions, the only champions in our fantasy league.
Look, I took issue with Greg being on this podcast and saying no one can really challenge me in this league other than Jeff Brzzello when me and Evan, our team, okay, we were third place last year, but we had a great shot to we were seen as Greg's as the biggest threat to Greg for really the second half of the season.
By who?
By people.
Or by computer models. That's the problem. The problem with your organization, love Evan Miyakawa, love you, obviously. The problem with your organization is that you thought you were smarter than me, and you're not. That's the model is not. The model is great. Model is a model. I am not a model. You can't win fantasy football leagues off a model. You can build a third place team off a model, but you have to have some cutthroat guile to you. Okay, that's what I mean.
Look, I commend you for your cutthroat guile, but you know the meme, like, was it Carter who said that he had a comp for Patrick Mahomes without a generational tight end, and it's always some bum. You know, when people like to do that meme, I'm like, what would the meme be for Greg Waddell without generational trade swindling skills? But then again, that's like kind of part of fantasy is to try to swindle people. But there's a certain set of twins who played at a certain MAC school and a certain MEAC school who basically hemorrhaged their whole team to get back like Travis Etienne from Greg while they were giving up Cooper Kupp and Justin Jefferson. And no one knows why like that worked out so well for our guy G Wizzy. And I'm like, if Greg can't pull off these heists this year, are we still going to see that same sort of cutthroat guile that brought him to glory last season?
Let me jump in for you real quick here, Greg. He's gonna find somebody. That's the thing. There's somebody that's gonna get swindled to a certain level. He's gonna find them at their lowest time too, like at their weakest moments. That's when he strikes. He's a fantasy bloodsucker. He's a fantasy killer. That's what he does.
Yeah, thank you, Carr. Every move is calculated. Like every text I send in a group chat that involves any parts of this league is like you may notice the way I've interacted with Sean Paul in the last 12 hours. You may notice he has Jahmyr Gibbs. You may notice Jahmyr Gibbs only played 19 snaps week 1. That's probably going to change. You may notice Sean Paul doesn't listen to this program, so he's not going to hear my strategy here. I will get Jahmyr Gibbs from Sean Paul. I will stack Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery in the near future, and it will win me this league. And anybody who's listening to this program that's in other fantasy leagues with me is just laughing at Riley's concept that there's a me that isn't swindling people. Like that's
I mean, I was actually going to say my best bets for who you swindle. One of them listens to the program and one of them doesn't. The one who doesn't is Sean Paul.
Well, I already got 2 starting receivers for Sky Moore who had 1 yard last night.
I know. That's my other bet is the site manager.
Who did that trade?
Tristan,
the site manager who loves craft singles and Funyuns, like
Tristan. That's what Greg does. He's good.
Tristan hasn't learned his lesson, man. I'm like, why did T not learn his lesson from last year? The only way you can beat Greg in a trade is if you have an algorithm and some dog to you, which my team.
The thing is that you guys are so proud of this damn algorithm. And look, it's great. Like if you're trying to be Ken Pom but cooler, that you like mission accomplished. You've done it. I bet Ken Pom stinks at fantasy leagues. I bet he's horrible. Like that's not how this works, man. But you are right. Our league is full of total non-threats. Like God bless Greg Peterson, the busiest man in show business, but like he didn't even show up to the draft. So like you guys
starting QBs are like it's a 2 QB league, and Greg Hughes Peterson ended up with Josh Dobbs, and I think he traded for Desmond Ritter for week 1 because he didn't have another quarterback.
Oh my G hoops, good lord, my boy.
Yeah, my guy G Hoops is struggling.
By default, you are correct that you're a threat. They're just
I would say the threat. I'm not crazy
threat?
about Borzello's team this year. I don't think Borzello listens to this either.
Okay, and
Yeah, that's
he definitely does not. But I will say this, Riley, one thing you do have, you can hang your hat on, is the team phrase that you have, that you got some algorithm and some dog. That's a bar. Just letting that be known.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I hate fantasy, Greg. That's why I don't play.
You gave me such a nice endorsement there. I thought you loved.
Oh no. If like I'm with you and I'm calling a team, I'm watching from afar, love it. If I'm in a league with you, I'm terrified. I can't sleep at night.
Okay.
Absolutely terrified.
It's a good assessment. You're a smart man. You know me better than most. Okay, let's move to one big thing presented by Bigby. By the way, USA has battled back. It's a 3-point game with 1 minute and 40 seconds left against Germany.